Welcome back, everyone. Very quick note, I did just try to record this. The game crashed. I fast traveled, I fast traveled to the next location where to go, and that's where it crashed. So I'll end up just walking there this time instead of trying to fast travel, just so it doesn't crash. As you've probably just seen then, if it does show up, it's a little bit laggy.
Hey, Slick. Say, you spoken to any of the people
I
around
think
that
that's
old
just
theater?
a problem with the
glazed
Xbox. I'll
eyes,
talk about that in
creepy
a few
smiles.
moments.
You read any of their little pamphlets? I tell you, they ain't right in the head.
Nice to see you getting out and about.
Well, truth be told, I kind of enjoyed our last little outing together, despite all the bullets and stuff. So, figure
I don't remember what I did last time.
Anyway, as I said in my
sorry,
message, I've been unable to get our comm hub running. Honestly, given the state of it, I'm not surprised. Tech like that ain't designed to be left sitting around unused. Too many of its
Just double checking if everything's
components have
recording.
seized up or just degraded over
Gotta
time.
make sure.
Anything I can do to help?
As a matter of fact, yeah, there is. If we want more out of ASAMs, we need a comm hub that works. But as it is, I don't have what we'd need to repair the one we have. However, fortune has smiled upon us. A friend of mine discovered where we might find a second comm hub in better condition, as well as a nice stockpile of ASAM products to boot. So if you'd care to join me, I want to go check this place out.
Sounds good. Let's go.
I knew I could count on you. With luck, we may just find ourselves a working comm hub.
Let's
Or at
hope.
the very least, a few ASAM goodies. Here, let me update your Pip-Boy map.
Don't know if we're gonna get a
Here we
nuclear
go.
storm soon.
All right, lead on.
But yeah, no, I believe it's more of an Xbox sort of thing on the or Fallout 4 thing actually instead of an Xbox thing, because apparently for most people, once they reach like a couple hour, well, I mean on this I've technically done about like 4 days after it quick saving finishes. There we go. So you can see I've done apparently 4 days, 8 hours and 7 minutes. Apparently for most people, once it gets up to that 3 to 4 days, that's usually when things get really laggy. Like the quick savings and just normal savings in general take a lot longer to do. I noticed it myself. I was going to get a red storm. I'm not 100% sure, but I think on the new gen consoles that all that stuff should be fixed-ish, I think. It's kind of a
This seems to be the right address.
and/or I think it
Records say a
also
lot
be
of
have a lot of
ASAM
stuff
stuff
in
is
your
delivered.
workshops.
Apparently, they were expecting a comm hub too. Wait, you hear that?
Yep.
Tell what's about you while we look around.
Slice and dice got on the work.
Ghouls!
Really? I like my slice and dice robot.
Did we get them all? Are there any more? Scared the crap out of me. Come on, let's check out that terminal over there.
It's good having a robot like that around us. Destroys everything. Hold on, there's another one. Get it! Get it! Quick, get it! Slice and dice over there. Never mind, he killed himself. I only promise slice and dice is when the AI is a bit buggy on this. But again, I think that's a Fallout 4 thing. Way more than that's a
All right.
Xbox.
Looks like we're in the Vault Tech
Not
headquarters
the
for
AI,
the
but
Commonwealth.
the thing's not running as
Well,
quick.
that's kind of weird. Assuming this is the right place, why would a Vault-Tech facility be having ASAM equipment delivered? Didn't one of the ASAM sensors talk about Robco being in partnership with Vault-Tech? Maybe that's why.
Yeah, something like that.
Hold that thought. Just found the employee records. There's a name in here. Magnuson. Have we heard that name somewhere before?
Intelligence. Ooh.
At the station.
Hey, that's right, at the satellite station. That was the name in terminal records. Good memory. It was a Magnuson who had the comm hub we found shipped to Olivia. Huh. Maybe this guy was in charge of delivering hubs or something? This seems like something we should look into. Maybe this Magnuson had an office here. Let's see if we can find it.
Maybe. Right. A bit of looking around now, apparently. Yes. No. Take those glasses though. Wait, are you just gonna? Okay, you're just gonna follow me around everywhere. Double check everything. My guess if it's meant to be, this dude's probably gonna be on like the top floor, possibly. Yeah, probably the top floor. Okay, I need to chuck out some stuff, which that will do. One pistol and yeah, I'm all good now. Logic. That way. Not sure. Probably that way.
Look there. I think we found the office.
Okay, yeah. Oh. Fair enough. I can't remember exactly, but I think this is slightly bugged. This one last time was.
Got a working terminal. Just give me a second here.
Thanks for last night. Ooh. Let's just keep that.
Whoa! This is some serious security. Ah, damn it!
That better be.
Crack this password. Oh, come on! All right, terminal, you asked for it. Finally, I'm in. Okay, let's see what we can learn. Huh. Well, I never. I think I discovered why Vault-Tec was so interested in ASAM equipment.
Yes.
If I'm reading this right, it looks like Vault-Tec was trying to develop a rival product to the ASAM sensors.
Ooh. Is that a hint for the next future chapter?
What makes you think that?
These terminal entries. There's multiple references to it. Seems this Magnuson was hired by Vault-Tec because he used to work with Robco on the ASAMs. He must have wanted his insider knowledge. Although, judging by his terminal entries, I don't think this guy took his job here very seriously. Scratch that. He really didn't take his job seriously. In fact, he was using his position here to embezzle company equipment.
That's a hell of a risk.
The nerve on this guy. He was actually stealing from Vault-Tec. Building materials, computers, robots. Hell, he was even stealing their ASAMs and... Oh, I don't think we're gonna find a second comm hub here.
Why?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Vault-Tec were expecting a comm hub to be shipped here. But this Madison guy hijacked the delivery. Had it sent to Olivia instead.
Ooh.
What we came here to look for, we've already found.
That's disappointing.
I'm sorry. Maybe I should have looked into this more before dragging you down here. Looks like we're stuck with the hub we have. But it does sound like Vault-Tec were working on something similar. Maybe we should investigate this rival product of theirs. Hey, maybe it's something we can use? The terminal said this place has a warehouse where they worked on projects. Okay. I'm thinking we should take a peek down there. Although, terminal also said we'd need to take an elevator. And supposedly, we'd need a key card for that.
Ugh.
There's gotta be one around here somewhere.
I'm not 100% sure, but I believe there's like a ghoul or something in here with it. I can't fully remember. Yep, that one. Gone. Ooh.
Alright, we found what we need.
What?
Let's
Back
go
off.
check that elevator.
That one. I can't remember pretty much most of what happens. I sort of do remember that because I think the first one I had a bit of trouble with it. We're trying to find it at first. Wait, what? Sean, I need to go upwards.
Thanks down here.
No, never mind. Oh. Too slow. Okay, so we get that. Turn the light off. Obviously, we got to press the red button. Wait, what? Oh, there's one. What else can I throw? Oof, I really am way down a fair bit. Right, that'll do.
How about you?
The red button. Can you press it? See that red button there, mate? Press it.
Hold up. Got some Robco boxes here.
Oh, what?
Empty. Not a single sensor or anything.
Oh,
They must have
I
been
think he
keeping
might
all
have
the stuff
opened
they were
that.
working on somewhere. This can't be all there is. We're missing something. Let's keep looking.
Well, I mean, again, there's that red button. Crapped out a mini nuke. Oh, that we go.
Hey Walter, it's Ben. The boys upstairs
And that.
were pestering me again about that hub thing.
And probably just check all
Did it
these.
arrive? I tried calling Donna at Boston Direct, but she said they'd already shipped it out. Maybe it got sent to another one of our warehouses? Whatever. For now, just move all the other Robco crap down to the sub-basement.
What?
It's suspicious as hell having it out in the open.
I know.
and
What the?
still don't
Okay,
trust Maggie's.
whatever.
For all we know, it could be
Suppose
a
you'll
Robco plant.
take those for now. Drop those off
Alright,
later
I'll
on at
see
the
ya
end of
later
this
at the
episode.
Brooks. You still owe me that drink.
Also, actually, as well, again, with like the different, I think there's like different things with different perks. So I might even, as is, still end up getting all perks before the end of this stuff before doing chapter 2, which will be a grind and a half.
We're missing something. Let's keep looking.
I think I've found everything now, unless oh, never mind. Perfect.
Sweet.
Okay. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? A really long loading bar. That's another problem the Fallout has when you've again got a lot of time into it. But yeah, hopefully the next gen consoles fix that. Oh, hopefully that worked like that. What? Okay, so apparently we weren't meant to go out here. Well, that's a pain. What's use it? Well, I mean, I suppose that's the back end door, but like, really? It's there. Oh, check that again. I think this is where I had the biggest problems. Is checking these. Press that once more. Yes, no.
Hi.
We're missing something. Let's keep looking.
What?
Hey,
Oh,
nice
okay.
work. Hidden trapdoor, huh? Now we're talking. Well, after you.
Right, okay. That could have taken us a very, very long time.
Ah, now this is more like it. Let's go take a look-see, shall we? Check this place out. Vault-Tec really were trying to make a rival product. Although it looks like they were trying to skip the whole R&D phase and just reverse engineer everything. In partnership, my ass.
Okay, so there's new ones there.
What a weird setup.
Purple, yellow,
I
and
wonder,
blue.
what were they trying to do with these ASAM sensors? Don't suppose you have
Green
any
one.
ideas?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, even though they never got their hands on the comm hub, it doesn't seem to have stopped Vault-Tec trying to rip off ASAM technology. Question is, what do they come up with? Let's split up and see what we can uncover down here. Let me know if you find anything interesting.
It's kind of thing for real life, actually. People, instead of trying to, Ooh. Yeah, I think I don't know if we should take those yet. I'll put a save for now. But yeah, say probably like, again, sort of real life, people always try to rip each other
What you
off
messing
instead
with
of
there?
just
Well, I'll bet.
trying to,
Looks like
you know,
Vault-Tec had
do
themselves a
actual partnerships or
ASAM printer.
figure it out for
But I
themselves.
think its printing days are long behind it. They must have needed a steady supply of sensors to experiment with. Guess they got tired of buying them from Robco. Say, if this thing could construct a whole sensor, then let me check something.
Be my guest.
Woohoo! Jackpot! You know a machine can't make something if it don't got the schematics for it.
What's your
Hey,
point?
Well, would it surprise you to learn that this thing has a copy of the schematics needed to build ASAMs? I wonder who Vault-Tec paid off for that. Let me just download a copy of this. I'm sure Vault-Tec won't mind. And there we are. We may have to adapt and substitute a few parts, but now we'd be able to build as many sensors as we want. No more scabbing for them. This is a real game changer. Good find, Slick. But I reckon we've still not uncovered everything that's here yet. Let's keep looking around.
Okay. So there's so many, like, actually after ASAMs. Okay, I have a feeling they'll probably get like right at the bottom. No? Okay. What's an orange one there? Okay, maybe they are all at the top. Or maybe they're in junk. Yeah, okay, yeah, so that's... Wait, what? Oh, really? Well, never mind on that. What's in here? Oh, I thought actually I had unlimited lockpick of durability on these.
Yes.
Apparently not. That's blood. Is there anything actually good in here? Oh, there we go.
Jake.
Hello.
Yeah?
Oh.
Found something? Hello.
Yeah.
What have we here?
Well, I couldn't do
Oh,
that.
Well, how about that? This holotape contains data for the different ASAM variants. You know, plot
Okay.
types. The different things ASAMs can be programmed for. I suspect Vault-Tec planned to copy the software. Let's see. We got residential, agricultural, and industrial.
Mm.
Whoa, hold up a sec. There's more data here. What the? Recreational plot? Commercial? Slick,
Hmm?
do you know what you just found?
No, not really. No.
A holotape?
There's data for 4 new plot types here. 4 more things that
Ooh.
ASAMs could build. I don't think Robco ever released these variants. At least not to the general public. This is one hell of a find. I'm gonna have to study this tape. If I could figure out how to transfer new data onto sensors, I'm fairly certain we'll soon have more things to build.
I like it.
Cool.
I never thought we'd find something like this here. I wonder what more's hidden around this place. Come on, let's keep looking.
Oh, really? Actually, one thing that would have been cool with this is sort of like, I understand how they work in that way, but if we got the like a hologram blueprint type thing, like a visual blueprint sort of thing, pop up on the in this when it when it like to show us what we'd be building, like what they would be building, I should say. Okay. Rat poison. Wow. Out there. A little bit higher. A bit higher. About there. There.
That's it.
Finally. Anything?
Won't be able to pick this.
Oh, for whatever. Ooh. Schematics. Comlink notes. Now we still okay. Okay, this already looks set up. What are we gonna find? Apparently nothing. I thought like at least a ghoul or something else.
Uh-huh.
Would you look at this thing? What were Vault-Tec trying to do here? What's all that ruckus about? Would you look at this thing? What were Vault-Tec trying to do here? And what's that noise it's making? Ugh, must be something wrong with it. All right, let's take a closer look here.
Well, yeah, half the components are around and it's been sitting around for
This
200
machine's
years.
picking up some kind of radio signal. Seems like it's trying to connect to something nearby. Hey, do me a favor. Go to that table with the ASAMs in the other room.
Okay. Flip the switch on the test
All right, there should be a switch
station.
there. Flip it off and cut the power to the sensors. Huh. All right, come on back.
Slow and steady. Yeah, what?
Hey there.
Yep, that confirms what I thought, all right.
Oh?
The signals this machine was picking up, they were coming from those ASAMs. They were emitting the radio signals.
Silence, I get it. Okay.
I understand.
Oh, right. Of course you do. Sorry, didn't mean to patronize. Sometimes I forget you understand this kind of stuff. I didn't know the sensors could do something like that. Emit a radio signal, that is. But that begs the question. Just what is this thing? Why is it trying to pick up signals from sensors? Just what kind of ASAM technology were Vault-Tec trying to copy here?
Here.
What you got there? Technical documents, huh? You already had these? Not that I'm complaining, but is there anything you come across that you don't pick up? Well, I'll be.
No, not really, no.
According to these documents, this machine is Vault-Tec's attempt to duplicate a comm hub. I mean, it's not exactly a good attempt, but still, I suppose an effort was made. Not much a rival product, though. Doesn't even seem to work right. I guess after Magnuson stole the hub, Vault-Tec were forced to build their own version with no real reference. You know, if this thing really is a reproduction of a comm hub, I think we actually might be able to use this.
Nice. Sorry.
Read my mind.
Read my mind.
We came here looking for another comm hub, because the one we've got so badly damaged it won't even turn on. And while it's not exactly what I expected to find here, this Vault-Tec knockoff might still be useful. Call me optimistic, but between this thing and the real comm hub, we might just be able to cobble together something that works.
How ironic would that be? The original is the thing that's broken, but then like the cheap knockoff is the thing that still works.
Glad it turned out well.
That makes two of us. Well, with that, I think we've uncovered everything we can here. Okay, let me just take a mental inventory of everything we found. We got the schematics to build our own sensors. New plot types, if I could figure out how to make them work. And of course, Vault-Tec's version of a comm hub, which just might allow us to start repairing the one we've already got.
Okay.
To call this trip productive would be an understatement. I knew working with you was a good idea, but damn, I didn't expect us to do this well.
Alright, local
Come
list.
on.
Sweet.
Don't sell yourself short.
Ah, thanks. I appreciate the sentiment, but you're the one who's making this happen. All right, I need to start gathering things up. Move everything we found back to the hardware store. Oh, wait, shit! I completely forgot. I meant to go meet up with someone. And I doubt they'll take kindly me blowing them off.
A meeting?
Yeah, meeting?
What are you talking about?
An acquaintance of mine. Actually, it's the guy who got us the info on this place. He said he needed to talk to me once I was done here. Something about some important information he wanted to share. But there's no way I can just leave all this stuff here. Look, I know I'm kind of passing the buck, but could you meet with this fella for me? See what he wants? I'd really appreciate it.
Sure, I can do
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Oh, thank you. You're a
I
real
thought this
pal.
was gonna be a
Sweeter than a baby's breath.
me having a whole
The
lot
fella
back.
you need to visit lives up in Diamond City. He's an information broker. Calls himself the Ron. Chances are he wants to sell us some info. And given his past track record, it's probably something useful. So here, take
True.
these caps. Pay him and find out what he has to say. Most hours of the day you'll find him in his office, towards the back of the city. Alright, time
Okay.
for me to get this stuff back to the hardware store. This should be a fun challenge of logistics. Once you've wrapped up everything with the Ron, head on back and let me know how it went. Oh, actually, before you go,
The ROM.
might as well take this. Here. That's a copy of the ASAM schematics. With that, you can now build your own sensors. As long as you got the parts.
Sweet. Oh, the city plans desk, okay.
Thank you.
I won't blame you if you want to test out and build a few sensors. Just don't keep the Ron waiting for too long. Anyway, I'll see you later. Good luck out there.
Then we get like a time challenge. Meet with the Ron in 2 minutes. Wait, are we still not completed this yet? Oh, never mind. Calls cat. Okay, we have completed the hub of the problem. Although now we can just what was it? I think it's up here where that other door was. You go straight out. I don't even remember the Ron from the when I first did this. So this will be new. But anyway, I think I'll end it here today, and next time we'll be doing the coolest cat. and apparently going to go speak with the Ron. So I hope everyone has enjoyed, and I'll see everyone next time.